wonderful, wonderful people, and welcome back. Today I went on a little short trip to, you cannot really call it a peninsula, but yeah, the place I started at was called, or is called, Bang Kachao. Yeah, Bang Kachao. And the thing is, so you have the big river that goes through Bangkok, and the river makes like a curve, and in this curve you find this, let's call it a peninsula, because it kind of is. And that's where I went today. So I just decided, hey, I wanted to go there anyways, and I wanted to see what it looks like, because when we went to the sky bar, all you could see was the green. You couldn't really, you could look onto that peninsula, at least we think that was it, but there were no lights, there was almost nothing. And so I wanted to see what is there? What is there to see? So yeah, the first thing I had to do, this was really funny. I took a bike driver from the train station to a pier, and at the pier people asked me if I wanted to go to Bang Kachao, which I didn't know at the time was the name of the island. So well done me. And yeah, so I went down to the pier, and I thought there would be a big boat that would pick me up and bring me over. No, I paid one lady who had one of these, you've seen it, one of these long boats, long tail boats. So it wasn't expensive. It was the same price as when I take a bike driver. But yeah, so I all by myself, and she brought me over in like 2 minutes, not even. And then I started to look around. So the peninsula itself seems to be a lot of mangrove forests. So there's a lot of water, but it's fresh water. And there's so much green, it's so much jungle, and I'm kind of glad that I put on mosquito repellent before I went, because I think that was a good idea. Also wearing like long trousers. I might have been eaten otherwise. So yeah, as you've seen, I've walked around there. It's a little bit more rural. That's a hard word to say, but yeah, it's a little bit more rural than the rest of Bangkok. There's no tall buildings, no like skyscrapers or anything like that, so there's just normal houses. There's a lot of farmers there, so we've seen a lot of farms in the footage. And I had to take the main road. So the idea with this island is normally you rent a bike, because that's what you could do at the start at the pier, and you go by bike. So I don't mean like you probably can rent a motorbike, but I mean like just a bike. But because I hate bikes, like the bike types, I decided to walk. So I started at the pier and then just went off. I found the park, which you can also see on Google Maps, which was beautiful. And from there I just kept on walking, and I decided to go to the floating market, which you've seen the stalls in the footage. Everything was closed. I think they only open during the weekends, if they even open at the moment. There might be a chance that because of the big sea, they don't open at all. I don't know. But I don't mind that. I didn't need people there. I didn't need like all the chaos. I just wanted to walk through it. So for me that was fine. And yeah, in the end I had to take another boat because I went to a different pier. So I started up here and then I went all the way across over there, and that's when you've seen me on the normal ferry, let's call it that. And from there I just took another bike ride to the next station and went home. but if you like nature and if you want to see something rural, this is where you probably should go, because it was quite interesting. It's not really touristy. You can go by bike, so you would be faster. The whole street is made for bike rides, which the rest of Bangkok is not. You have this, you have like this big lane, or sometimes even like normal 2 lanes, and you have the side. I just want to say it in German, which makes no sense in English. Seitenstreifen. So you have just the spaces at the sides for bikes. So that's great. So if you like bike riding, this might be the perfect place for you. And also there's a lot of stops, so you can buy water at a lot of different locations. There's a lot of cute little cafes. There's everything you need, so you are fine. You don't need to take a lot of things with you, because every like 100 meters, 500 meters, something like that, probably more, 5, who knows. But there's like a lot of little shops and things like that to buy food and drinks. So it's a good place to just go and look around. And from the nature point of view, it's something I haven't seen, not that much. So yes, I've seen like a fake little mangrove here and there, and when we went to the other park here in the park next to the Lumpini Park, they built something like a mangrove forest, but not really. And on the peninsula it was like a real one, with a lot of fields and a lot of produce, and yeah. So yeah, I thought this is a little this is a little tip I wanted to leave with you, if should you ever come to Bangkok, because it's not hard to get there. You just have to, you can find a lot of piers in the curve where you can rent a boat to bring you from like the main part of Bangkok to this little peninsula. So there's different ways you can get there, and you can take the 2 I did. The first one was I took, I think, the MRT, if I remember correctly. I took the MRT and then went to the pier. So if you don't know where the pier is and you don't want to walk, as always, once you come out of your station, may it be the BTS station, may it be the MRT station, doesn't matter, there's always the bike drivers. So you just go to one of them and you go, I want to go there. And I told him, I showed him on my map where I wanted to go, and he said, oh, boat? And I said, yes, boat, and we went. So you will always find a way to get there, even if you don't want to walk, and if you're not quite sure how to get there. And then they help you. So I was there, and everyone tried to explain to me that the island is called Bang Kachao, and I didn't understand that, but sometimes they were just like, oh, go there. So I went to the pier, and suddenly there was a lady underneath the pier in her boat, and she was like, oh, you want to go over? And so I said, yes! And she came underneath the pier, took me in her boat, and we went off. So that was fun. And the other ferry is even easier to get to, because in that case it's like it's the normal thing. So you walk through a gate, you pay your 5 baht to a lady, and then you get onto the big ferry with a bunch of bike drivers in my case. So yeah. And I'm going to remind you to like, share, comment and subscribe. And maybe even press the little bell so you know when the next video is online, even if you don't follow me on any other social media. And with that, I'll say see you in the next one. Bye!